As the Cavaliers continue their Black Heritage celebration, presented by Hennessy, we ask that you turn your attention to the video board as we remember a moment here in Cleveland 50 years ago, where a group of influential African American athletes came together to stand as one.
I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see. I told you, all of my critics, I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. I told you today I'm still the greatest of all time. Never again make me the underdog. I told you I'm the real champion. I told you I'm the champion of the world.
Muhammad Ali had an illustrious boxing career that earned him many accolades, including the title, the greatest of all time. But his passion and drive for equality outside the ring was even more impressive. And it started right here in Cleveland, Ohio, exactly 50 years ago this June. Never before had the world seen so many influential African-American athletes come together to risk everything to stand up for one another. The risk was enormous to everyone involved, but through the unifying powers of sport, these individuals came together to stand as one. Not only did they come to support Muhammad Ali, but stood as one for civil rights for all people. And the group Jim Brown called together in Cleveland that summer were remarkable people on and off the playing field. John Wooten was a 1964 NFL champion with the Cleveland Browns and went on to be an advocate for minority hiring in the NFL in 2003. Willie Davis was a five-time NFL champion, inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1981, and earned the 1986 Walter Camp Man of the Year for his public service for the benefit of his community, country, and his fellow man. Sidney Williams was a 1964 NFL champion with the Cleveland Browns. Sidney worked as a business developer with the Black Economic Union in Los Angeles and then served as the U.S. ambassador to the Bahamas from 1994 to 1998. Bobby Mitchell played 11 seasons in the NFL and was inducted into the Pro Football Hall of Fame in 1983. Bobby hosts a yearly fundraiser to benefit the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society and has worked with many organizations to include the United Negro College Fund, American Lung Association, and the NAACP. Walter Beach was part of the 1964 Cleveland Browns championship and is currently the CEO of American, a life skills management program in New York founded by Jim Brown. Carl Stokes was elected the first black mayor of a major U.S. city, Cleveland, Ohio, later that year. Carl was a veteran of the Army and served in World War II. Carl's legacy of equality and social justice for all lives on today in Cleveland through many monuments, buildings, and social causes which carry his name. Bill Russell won 11 NBA championships as a player and 2 more as a coach. He was inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1975. In 2010, Bill Russell received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, recognizing those people who have made an especially meritorious contribution to the security or national interests of the United States, world peace, culture, and other significant public and private endeavors. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is the NBA's all-time leading scorer, 6-time NBA champion, and inducted into the Naismith Memorial Basketball Hall of Fame in 1995. In 2012, he accepted a position as cultural ambassador for the United States, and in 2016 also received the Presidential Medal of Freedom, which is the highest award a civilian can receive from the United States. Jim Brown is regarded as one of the greatest football players of all time, setting numerous NFL records, and still the only player to average 100 rushing yards per game in his career. Jim was the person that convened the summit, showcasing how athletes could use sport as a way to identify social injustice. Muhammad Ali was stripped of his title and boxing license in 1967.
I'm going to fight for the prestige, not for me, but to uplift my little brothers who are sleeping in concrete floors today in America.
Ali did not box again for 3 years, but never stopped fighting for people all across the world. Ali set the standard for how athletes could be voices for change outside of the sporting arena.
What would you like people to think about you when you've gone?
I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met.
Muhammad Ali not only had the voice, but was a leader by example, traveling all over the world to support those in need. His philanthropic endeavors spanned his entire life, touching millions.
At this time, we welcome to the court 3 legends of our country. These athletes were and still are pillars of strength in the fight for human rights and equality. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome 1948 bronze medalist, the oldest living African-American Olympian and former vice president at Suffolk & Company, which is now Moet Hennessy, Mr. Herb Douglas. He is a bronze medalist of the 1968 Olympics and 1984 U.S. Olympic Committee member, and a true symbol in the fight for civil rights, Mr. John Carlos. And finally, the organizer of the historic summit here in Cleveland, and Cleveland Browns legendary running back, Mr. Jim Brown. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it one more time for Herb Douglas, John Carlos, and Jim Brown.